Hello there, I'm Janette Lane, a craft designer here at CraftStash, and today I'm going to be showing you just some fun things that you can do with the Tim Holtz Distress Oxide inks. So this is the Distress Oxide ink, but this is the distressed ink. I know they look almost similar, but this particular one, the Oxides, are fairly new to the craft world, and they're by Tim Holtz, aka Crafty King of the Universe. He is amazing. He has an amazing range of products. And so with the Distress Oxides, the great thing about these is that they are both a pigment and a dye ink. So they have the same properties as pigment inks and also dye inks. So they're really saturated in color. They are very blendable, easy to work with. They are great if you're using dark colored paper. And they are also, this is just his normal distressing, so you can kind of see the difference there in the pads, but they're also reactive to water. And so I'm just going to be showing you how to do like some creative stamping with the Distress Oxide inks. So let me set aside the Distress inks. So we're going to start off with a piece of white cardstock, and I'll be using the Apple Blossom Floral Sentiment stamp set. This set is great. CraftStash has a huge selection of amazing stamp sets, and these particular ones are A5 size, so they're huge. They provide you tons of cute sentiments and different florals. I will have a link for you below where you can see the full range because they're really a great deal and just something great to have in your stash supply. So I'm going to be working with these stamps. I absolutely am in love with florals. So let's get started. So here I have my card blank, and I'm going to work with this stamp here. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the Distress Oxides to stamp. I'm just going to load this up with color. So I'm loading up my image with color. And let me just show you on a separate piece of paper just how vibrant these colors are. So this one is the Broken China, which I love that color. I use it a lot. So as you can see, you have that gorgeous pigmented, clear, bold, vibrant stamp just using the oxides as a stamp pad. But like I mentioned earlier, these are reactive to water. So if we just spritz this with my little spritzer, this just has water inside of it. Oops. Always make sure it's pointing in the right direction because then you'll get spritzed in the face and that's not fun. So I'm just gonna put a little generous spray onto my stamp, and then I'm going to put that on top of my card blank here. Tap it a little bit. Give it a little love tap. This is really fun to play with because you can get so many different effects just by the amount of water that you put on, how much Distress Oxide ink you put on your stamp. It's just, there's seriously like hours of fun, and I recommend that you just practice and experiment and just kind of just play with it. It's really therapeutic, and you learn a lot about the different properties, the way the ink kind of moves, how it reacts to water. So I just love this look because it's a little bit more edgy, more artistic, so that you can see the difference. So I'm just going to dry this with my heated tool real quick. And then I'm going to repeat the process. So I'm going to put some color, more color on my stamp, and I'm going to spritz it with some water, get it reacting, and then I'm going to stamp on my card blank again. I wanted to make like a sort of floral pattern background. Give it a love tap. And then when you lift up your stamp, it's just another beautiful impression. I love that it's not all perfect and symmetrical. I love the smudginess of it. It's beautiful. I'm really liking the effect of this. I'm going to speed up the video a little bit, and I'm just going to repeat the same process. So I'm going to load up my stamp with some ink, spritz it with some water, and then create my fun background. So I will see you on the other side. So as you can see, we get this gorgeous, artistic, smudgy kind of effect on our piece of card. And here's the difference between the two stamps. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's so simple, and it just gives just another, hopefully it gives you just more ideas for how to give more life to your stamps, so get more uses from your stamps. So I have one more technique to show you. So let me set this aside, and this one as well. And I'm going to grab another card blank here. What I'm going to be doing is some wet stamping, and what that is basically I'm going to spritz my stamp with only water against a background of Distress Oxide, and it leaves a very beautiful, effortless kind of effect that I think you're gonna like. So I'm gonna take some of this color on my blending tool, and I'm going to just do little swirls, not swirls, sorry, little circles of color across my card to create a colorful background. Now that I have my white card completely saturated with this broken china Distress Oxide color, I'm going to grab my stamp. So my stamp is clean. I wiped off all that color from earlier, and I'm going to spritz it with water. You don't want to get it too sopping wet. It's completely up to you though. Just seriously, just experiment and have fun and keep track of what you're doing. That's always helpful to have a notebook of different techniques or mediums that you're using, just so you can have a reference guide. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to stamp all across my card with my stamp, but I'm not going to be using any color. I'm just going to be using water. And what's going to happen is the water is going to react with the oxides and lift up that color in the stamped area. So it's going to leave a very nice little impression here. It's almost like you're doing resist embossing. And I'm just going to repeat the process all across my card. I saw this technique on Jennifer McGuire ink, which I thought was absolutely genius. She is amazing. I am absolutely in love with how this is turning out. It's just a perfect and easy way to create a background for your card. And it's really unique, you know, because it doesn't look like a stamp. It looks almost like a stencil, but definitely is a stamp. And again, a great way to bring more life to your stamps. I am done, and I am loving how this turned out. I mean, I used the same stamp, the same Oxide ink, and created two completely different effects. So perfect, so fun. And now I'm just going to make two quick cards out of this. I'm going to add a sentiment on top. So I'm going to speed this process up just a little bit, and I will see you on the other side. Well, that's the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you got some great ideas to incorporate into your own paper crafts. All the products that I used in this video are available at craftstash.co.uk, where you'll find heaps and heaps of inspiration and how-tos. Have a great day. Bye.